North on the Earth.
Oh, I mean, it's not like it's recording what we're doing.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, welcome back to Cup of CelebriTEA with Melissa Nichole and Lynn Lee.
That's me. Sip the tea. It's time.
It's time for the Tea Tuesday.
Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Tea Tuesday. That's amazing. Where do we begin? Where do we begin?
Okay.
Should we talk about the tea with Chrissy Teigan?
Nice. I see what you did there.
Okay, I will say this right now, and I have not told anyone, but I unfollowed her sometime
What?
this week because she released that apology on the medium of it was a blog post basically, and I'm just like, I am tired of seeing so many apologies from her because she keeps having more stuff from her past, even recently, come up, and it's like, okay, it's not like you did a one-time accidente boo-boo. It's like, no, this is part of your character. This is part of your routine. Like, this is you. This is embedded into your blood and your
Oh my gosh.
routine.
Okay, well, first, we have to rewind.
Yes.
And just in case the people don't know, Chrissy Teigen was canceled because of past bullying. So I guess it started with an interview where I don't know who the person was, but she said in an interview that she was bullied by Chrissy Teigen for dating an older man. And ever since that interview, that's when people started digging up into her old tweets and saw that Chrissy Teigen has been bullying people, like publicly.
Yes. So I remember a while back I saw this Snapchat story of it was like the X amount of times that Chrissy Teigen has been shady, but no one noticed. And so many of it is just tweets. And she has deleted, I think, 60,000 of her past tweets because
Oh
people
my gosh.
going into her path, and she's tweeted some very dark humor things from my perspective and some really questionable things, and of course some very inappropriate things. And of course, I think that her rise to fame definitely came from, aside from the fact that she's John Legend's wife, it was her constant attacks at Donald Trump when he was president. And of course, people love it when you make fun of people they don't like. So she was gaining followers from that momentum. And then she released a cookbook. She had stuff at Target. She no longer is a vendor at Target. So Chrissy Teigen has what I call Twitter fingers. She just does not think before she tweets. So I think her cancellation is just, it's deserved, and it is what it is, because it's not like you made one bad tweet. It's like you tweet like this all the time.
Dang. Well, don't think that she's changed since then from her old tweets?
It's an interesting thing because it's like, what is change? I think it's hard for people to see that she's changed because more people are speaking out about her. Like the girl that she bullied because she married an old man. First of all, she married him when she was like 16 because her parents approved it. So she was groomed, and that's another topic. That's my segue into another topic because she was married to a predator, and we're gonna talk about a predator later. And then a fashion designer, Michael Costello, comes out and shares the DMs that he had with her, and it's just like, dude, like in a private DM, you can really say whatever you want, and the fact that she was saying that to him, that's another person she told, like, oh, I hope you die, basically. I'm just like, Chrissy, like, you could have been it. Like, she could have been a solid B celebrity for what she is, but now she's like, okay, like, we're gonna have to drop you to D list and leave you there.
I mean, yeah, actually, you do bring up a point because initially I was kind of like, dude, those are old tweets. Like, she's a different person now. But, like, to do it once, like, okay. But to constantly doing that for a while and to multiple people, like, I think that's a character trait of yours. Like, that's your character. Dang, should I hit the unfollow button now?
I would hit the unfollow button. At this point, I like it when celebrities rarely tweet. Like, they'll tweet maybe once a week, once a month, and it'll be like a well thought out, whether it's a promotion or just something funny. But she just tweets out like a regular person, which I know she's a regular person, she's a human, but it's just like, okay, like at this point, like you have so many eyes on you, like you need to be a little bit more cautious. And I just think she's not playing the game well. And I say that because she could have gone up higher in the ranks as celebrity because so many people like her because of her personality, the fact that she cooks. Like I liked her because she can eat so spicy.
I loved her because of her tweets.
Right? And she's quirky. She's different. She's not the typical celebrity, and she's very outspoken and outlandish. But now it's just like, okay, there's a difference between being outspoken and just being a plain a-hole. And I think she crossed into the dangerous a-hole territory.
Let me see a comeback for her, though. I mean, she definitely did try to come back with her apology, which was this today?
Yeah, it was earlier this week. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, with that apology, she's definitely trying to make a comeback again. But, oh man, I don't know. And I know she was supposed to have something with Kris Jenner.
She did. It was like this clean,
Oh yeah, cleaning.
plant-based cleaning supply company.
Yeah, so I guess like Chrissy Teigan had to be cut out of that. But damn, I know I was such a fan too. I have her cookware, I have her cookbook. So this is just so sad to see, especially because I mean I love like her feisty ass tweets, and that's what a lot of people liked about her. But sometimes it's sad to see a demise.
It's interesting. I don't feel bad for her at all. I really don't. I think those were her choices, and she was a grown-ass adult when she did all those things. It's not like she was like 12 or 14 or 17 or 18. It's like, no, you were well into your 20s and 30s when you did that. So anyways, a few moments back, I was talking about how Chrissy Teigan was bullying this one girl, Courtney, who had married someone when she was really young. She was being groomed because she married a predator. Like that guy married her when she was 16, really young. And I bring this up because, my God, Scott Disick. I'm gonna say it, he's a predator. He is just crossing so many boundaries, and it's like I didn't really think about it until he started dating Sofia Richie, which I was like, wait, hold on. As an avid Kardashian fan, Scott was my favorite sister.
Yeah.
And if you watch old episodes, like you find out that Kim has actually known Nichole Richie since like high school. Like they've been friends for a long time. So
Wow.
Sophia is like friends with Kylie because they're like roughly the same age. So she has been in the house before like everything, and then
Oh,
so
weird.
so Scott has seen her when she was like 13, 14.
This
And
is
then,
so weird.
and then he starts dating her, I think between like 18 and 19. Because I remember he was still with her when she turned 21, and they had like their 3-year anniversary, which is insane. And then he dated Bella Thorne, which I'm like, oh my God.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I definitely did not know. I didn't even realize it until his current girlfriend right now, Amelia Gray Hamlin. Lynn earlier sent me a tweet of how Scott Disick is a predator, and all the girls he's dated that were like all under 21 years old, like not even legal enough to drink. Like, where are you guys hanging out? Where are you guys going? Who else was in there? It was it just them? Sophia, Richie.
Bella
Um,
Thorne, Amelia. There was another girl too. I forgot the name, but she was like 18 when he dated her. And it's just ringing so many bad alarms, and I just cannot.
especially during this time right now where all these celebrities are getting called out for dating all these underage girls. I mean, just our last episode, we were talking about Drake Bell talking to underage girls. Like, what is up with these guys? What is up with these celebrity men? Like, why don't you date someone who is mature enough around your age? Like, these girls are so young, and especially Scott Disick to be have dated like how you mentioned Sophia Richie, like who you've known like growing up, like as she's become a woman. Like, it's just red flags everywhere. We need to bring more attention to this. Like, how is no one pointing this out? But I mean, who knows? Like, he's part of the Kardashian clan, and the Kardashians have lots of money and a lot of hands on news outlets, so maybe they're just making sure this story doesn't come out or people pointing fingers at him, but he's a little sus.
Yes, I do believe the Kardashians have a great PR team, and Scott's behavior, I think, is just another aspect of the celebrity world where you have money, you have fame, you have power. And I think there's a dynamic in their relationship because he's essentially twice her age. He's 39. She just turned 20. There's that. Oh, I can't. And I swear to God that I read somewhere that she is also like a family friend. Like she knows someone, and that's how. No, her mom knows one of the sisters.
Ugh.
So it's just like, why? As a mom, it's like, why would you let your daughter date someone who's twice
That
her age?
age. Yeah, that I don't know. That's ridiculous. And did you see the video where he actually gave a diamond necklace to his? He looked like he was so serious and just looked like I don't know. And like she's all happy and smiling. I don't know. That dynamic just does not work for me.
And Scott looks like he was 50 years old in that video because he has blonde hair now, and I'm like, why do you have blonde short mohawk?
Midlife crisis.
So that's why I totally understand why Courtney doesn't want to get back with him because I wouldn't either. I would actually banish him from the family. If I saw Scott Disick in SoCal, I'd be like, "You're a predator!"
Oh my gosh. Like we need to cancel all these predators out here.
Exactly. This episode is not like super cheery or like anything like that. We're talking about serious topics here, and another serious thing in the YouTube land, you guys. We're gonna
Oh,
talk about YouTube celebrities. Something serious happened. The Frenemies podcast is over for real this time. It's over. What are
yeah.
your thoughts?
Oh, I was a fan of the Frenemies podcast. I tuned in every Tuesday and watched them. So I was like completely heartbroken by this. And I feel like, uh, I don't know, it's at the same time, it was kind of expected. Like in previous episodes, like they would talk about like, oh, I wonder when this is gonna end. They even predicted like something's gonna happen, and Trisha's like, yeah, I know, like I always get canceled for something, and blah blah. So like I don't know, maybe they manifested it or something. But right now they're just like they're going at it, tweet after tweet, TikTok after TikTok, and like they're just both tearing each other down, and it's like wow, like all of a sudden all this like stuff underneath the surface is coming out, like things that you didn't think that bothered them before is like now coming out into the light. And it's like dang, you guys made it seem like you guys were friends and it was all good now and everything was squashed, but you guys are straight up enemies. Like not even frenemies, you guys are enemies. But I don't know. Like I'm bummed. I'm bummed. Not surprised. I have a lot of emotions with this. I've been following this news, and this is why I haven't been following like any other news sources because I've just been following frenemies and like seeing what's going down. But at this point, it's getting to the point where it's like it's just so much information that you just like want to tune it out because they're just talking so much smack on each other.
Are you going to buy the merch if it comes out?
I thought I was, but from them constantly talking like against each other, I'm like honestly, I'm so over them. And the internet seems to be on like Ethan Klein's side. And even Trisha, she tweeted, I don't know, today, yesterday, the day before. She's always tweeting, but she's all like, everyone's on your side. Like, be done with this already. But then Ethan will tweet like, dude, I'm so over this. Like, be done. And I'm like, you guys, let's just stop. Like, stop with the whole topic.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, more and more stuff coming. And I just, I feel like I'm moving to the next subject. But so, Frenemies, what actually got me started watching them is because they really took a deep dive into David Dobrik and that whole crew. And all of a sudden, now David Dobrik is back on YouTube. And I'm just like, damn, I wish Frenemies was around so we could talk about this. I don't know, but the timing is a little suspicious, and people are talking about that.
Imagine Frenemies, they're like, and we're back.
That's what I thought. I was like, imagine this is what brings them together because I felt like this subject is like what really like increased their views. So I wouldn't be surprised if like they came back for like, you know what? Let's put everything aside because there's a bigger problem here. We need to take down David Dobrik.
I never watched an episode of Frenemies, but I've always seen clips of it in the thumbnails, and I was like, I love their banter. I feel like they're kind of like opposite. You wouldn't expect them to be friends, and I love the costumes and how they're just so different. And of course, I watched clips of Trisha being problematic, being a bigot, being ignorant, being like she really likes Jewish men, but also at the same time it's like inappropriate language and things that she said. And I just think, no, I know, I think I am on Ethan's side for sure. And I watched this video of this body language expert, and he was kind of like going on Trisha's side because you can see that she's getting upset when they were talking about Brokeback Mountain, and he kind of interrupts her to give like pizza to someone, so she kind of feels like he's not listening to her, and so it was just like small little things, and I don't know, I feel like I couldn't see them lasting in the long term, but I think what they had was great and just like great content that I feel like it was good for like a YouTube collab. Two worlds coming together. And Trisha is so chaotic. She thrives on drama because she can make video after video after video, and it'll get lots of views, and sure, it'll trickle down, but those continuous views stack up with the money. So I'm just like, Trisha is problematic. She definitely gaslights people, and it's like, oh god, like this would have been good for her.
I know. I really thought she was doing so well. I was like, oh my god. I felt like Frenemies kind of changed her, and it was like, oh, she wanted to like be liked by people because people were starting to like her again. So she like loved it. I mean, I guess personality just got in the way. I find it interesting that the body expert was on Trisha's side, but I totally get Ethan because I have been watching Frenemies, and like twice before the last episode, she did walk out. So I could understand like why him and the staff kind of felt like they had to walk on eggshells and like make sure to not say anything that will trigger her. But I mean, she does have a lot of issues. She has like borderline, well, what is it called? Borderline personality disorder and schizophrenia, like mild schizophrenia, and like I don't know, some other stuff. But I mean, at the end of the day, like they were just kind of doomed because there's just they're two big personalities that you can't just contain in a room.
They were star-crossed pod mates.
Yeah, like together there's greatness, but together there's also like what's the opposite of greatness?
Chaos.
Chaos. Yeah.
Anyways, we hope. Actually, I do hope that they reunite for the David Dobrik analysis. So that's our segue. What are your thoughts on David Dobrik making a quote return to YouTube? What was his video like?
So his video was actually just like a normal ass video that he would have done like before he got canceled or before the pandemic, because he actually stopped vlogging before the pandemic because it just wasn't the same. It was just him surprising tickets to his friends to go to Hawaii. They went to Maui, I believe, and it was just a trip. And then like them doing like their normal like getting drunk and like just being silly and dumb, and yeah, like it was just a normal vlog. Which I mean, I don't know if you were like keeping up with the David Dobrik stuff, but I think it was a good move on his part because originally he was gonna do his return was supposed to be like this whole big stunt thing, and that's where Jeff Weddick, who had an eye injury or head injury, that's where he got hurt, and then that's where David Dobrik had like another cancellation because of that, because like he was acting dumb and didn't help out his friend, and people were blaming him for Jeff's injuries. So that was total opposite. He like definitely like toned it down, and I think it was a good comeback. I don't know how I feel about him coming back. I definitely feel like he should have taken more time, but I mean, as I don't know. We'll see, but I think on his end, it was a good vlog to come back with. And I was just reading the comments, and people were like, "Yes, finally! Oh my God, he's back!" Like people were so excited, and he's coming back now. He said new video every Tuesday. So who knows if his force will be as powerful as before? But I mean, it looks like it's positive as of now.
Did he ever do an apology video? I just read the headlines that he was getting canceled because his involvement or lack of accountability with the things that were going on. Did you watch his apology video?
Yeah, so he did have one apology video. Well, his first apology video came out, and Frenemies was on during that time, and they totally knocked it down. They're like, "This is so stupid. Like, he don't look serious." There was a lot of cuts in the video, so they were like, "Oh, like it's not authentic." and blah blah blah. So then David Dobrik posted a second apology video where he had, I don't know if he had any cuts at all or like maybe like one or two cuts in them, and he was sitting on the floor and he shed a few tears. So people were more susceptible to that apology video than his first one. But that was when he like said to take a break, and he did take a break for 2 months. But I don't know, 2 months to me, I'm like, that's not long enough for a break. I think Chrissy Teigen's break was also 2 months. David Dobrik's trying to get those sponsorships back.
Don't doubt it. I think similarly, the parallels of David Dobrik and Chrissy Teigen is that when their partnership started falling apart, when their money was on the line, that's when they were like, okay,
We
I
need to
need
do
to work
something.
myself. We're gonna rebrand ourselves. And I feel like Chrissy Teigen, she hasn't been out of the limelight long enough for her to be like, I'm sorry, I'm back. I think they both could have done 6 months to a year because they need more time just for more headlines and for people to actually kind of like forget about them, and then they'll come back. And I feel like people want to think for themselves, like, do I want to give them a second chance?
Yeah, exactly. Like this, I mean, we could quickly go back to literally 2 or 3 months ago and talk about the shit that's gone down, but people trying to make comebacks. Maybe for the summer. I wonder if there's anything having to do with the summer in correlation. I don't know.
I think with David Dobrik, I've watched a few of his vlogs, and I think he really does rely on like things being open and things just being normal so that he can so that there's a lot of people to react to his stuff. And I feel like with David, I think it's just the classic case of money and fame getting to your head, and people just feel like they have this power. And in a sense, I do feel like he has power, especially over like naive fans or just people who want a part of whatever he has. So I think there's this area of responsibility that he really needs to focus on, because it's like, okay, you have millions of viewers, so many people follow you, like there's so much to do. I feel like he can create quality content without being irresponsible.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we'll see that. We'll see that with this new content, perhaps. I mean, he has a huge team, so I mean, I could see this being a positive turnaround for him.
I remember that one of the older guys that David hangs out with, Jason, dated Trisha.
What? Oh wait, no.
Jason
Yeah,
Nash.
yeah. Yeah, there's news about him being a predator too. That's why I said that.
Oh my God. There's so many predators, you guys. I feel like I could call them out, but then the next day I'm gonna be dead. So
So we'll do it one at a time.
yeah, the first one is Scott Disick. He is the target right now. I have to like I'm training myself to not laugh at the clips that he's in, because I'm like, oh, he is funny, but then I'm like, don't you dare laugh at him. Don't you dare.
No, I see a lot of clips on TikTok too when it comes to the Kardashians, like especially when he like calls them out on stuff, like not like realizing their privilege. Like that's a funny content, but oh man, you can't be giving attention to these people.
Oh my gosh, what a week. I feel like I was also focused on just a quick pour that supposedly that Cardi B is pregnant with baby number 2.
What? I did not hear this. Wait, was this like?
So I did watch her Grammys performance with Megan, and I when I was watching it, I was like, I feel like she's pregnant, because she does have abs, but at the same time, I feel like she was trying to hide like a small little belly, and now there's rumors coming up that she's pregnant. So it's interesting. I wouldn't doubt it, because I feel like she loves being a mom, and because she has a sister, she probably wants her daughter to have a sister as well. So
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I don't know how I forgot how old her daughter is, but she's only I don't even know. I'm not even trying to guess, but she's young. She's a toddler, so I could like that's usually around the time where people like when they want kids to have siblings, like they want them close in age. So I mean, good for Cardi, and she's still with Offset. Offset, right?
yeah,
So
they are the definition of toxic.
yeah, but surprisingly, I mean, I haven't heard anything right now, so they seem to be on good waters as of now.
Mhm.
Or not good waters, steady waters.
Yeah, I think at one time Cardi had filed for divorce, but I think that did not go through. And you know, that's like my segue, my very poor segue of talking about Kim and Kanye's divorce. Not the divorce actually, but the fact that Kanye is dating someone new already. And she used to date Bradley Cooper, and I think her and Bradley Cooper have a daughter together. Her name is
Yeah,
Irina
or in a
S.
shake or
Yeah.
shake or something like that. But and did you also hear that Kanye unfollowed the Kardashians?
Yes, I heard that. I
Like
feel
he
like
is
he's
cutting
way
all
too deep.
ties.
I feel like he's probably like, God, I want to unfollow them, but I'm married to their sister, so I can't do that because if he did that while they were still married, that would raise a lot of headlines and just like alarms. But now that they're getting a divorce, like it's very well expected, and I'm sure he's much happier.
Oh yeah, and also I just want to say like who is watching like when a celebrity follows on someone? Because it's not like you can get a notification for this. Like, is there someone who's just checking every day? Okay, is Kanye still following Kim Kardashian, Khloe Kardashian, Kourtney Kardashian? Like who's doing all this? I every time I hear this, I'm like, who the f found this information, and how can this be my job?
Honestly, it's me. I go look at celebrities and I check who they follow and I'm like, do they follow this person? Do they follow this person? And sometimes I'm like, oh my god, they don't follow this person. And a part of me is also like their PR team is sending it out to maybe Kanye has a connection with TMZ and released it or something.
There
But
has
I do
right?
believe that there's some people their jobs is all social media. And there's websites too where you can just put one person and another person and it shows you whether they follow each other or not at that very moment. I don't know how I feel about Kanye. I love his music. He's very artistic. He's definitely a musical genius. And I think sometimes his rants and just his outbursts, I just don't know how I feel. And I feel that for Kim, if she were to reveal that she was dating someone because of the sexism and the double standards, she would not get the same praise that Kanye is getting right now.
Ooh, but I mean, remember when rumors were coming out that she was dating that one reporter from CNN?
Yes, I saw that TikTok myself, Van Jones, and even though I personally would be like, oh, that's a great person for her because he's in the political scene, she's trying to do criminal justice. I just know other people would just call her the S word and stuff like that. So it's just like,
Hmm. I don't know, but I feel like a lot of people are actually supportive of them, and their divorce, at least from what I've seen, and myself personally. Like, they gotta do what they gotta do. I hope Kanye finds happiness and privacy, and I hope Kim finds happiness and passes her boards.
hmm she did. She passed her bar the second time. Well, not the actual bar. I think she did the mini bar, which is like,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I watched the clips where she didn't pass the first one. Then she was like, "Oh my god, do I even want to do it again? Because I have so much to do." And it was like a couple months out. And I think the second one she did pass it, the mini bar. So she's getting closer to becoming an official attorney. But yeah, I did you watch the clip where she's like crying about how she felt like a failure because she was getting her third divorce and
I know.
yeah, that one I was just like, okay, that one I feel for her. I was like, you know what? Like getting a divorce is so stressful, not just for the two parties, but also for the children and the family. Like divorce is an extremely stressful situation to be in, but also it's really damaging on the body as well because of all that cortisol and I just can't. And then I watched a clip, but I think it was a little bit later where Kim talks to Chris, and she's just seems so much calmer. She's not crying. She just seems more peaceful because she's going to a therapist, and I'm really glad she's level-headed because the kids are gonna need that.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, they're pretty. I mean, I'm guessing they're pretty much gonna stay with their mom because, especially since Kanye likes to be moving around a lot. Like, oh man, I just wonder how they're all going through this. Four kids. I mean, at least they have each other to lean on, I guess. But North is only like she's
Like
young.
7 or 8.
Yeah, I have a feeling she's probably gonna grow up fast, just going through all this, and then having to take care of her siblings too, because like I'm sure Kim is like busy all the time doing her own things. Oh man, I mean, I hope it all ends up well for them and the children especially.
See, now I'm thinking like Kanye is in freaking Paris for his birthday. Granted, yes, like we can do whatever we want when we're adults, but okay, you are also a dad. You're not even in the same country as your kids. Like you
Yeah.
don't think your kids will want to celebrate your birthday with you?
No, he's with his girlfriend.
I know. I'm like, I think I'm Team Kim.
Yeah, I am too. I am too.
Yeah,
'Cause
I think.
she's putting her family first at least.
Yeah, and I feel like that also gave us a glimpse as to why we didn't see Kanye as much. I'm like, okay, he's in a whole nother state. And it just, I know some people, a very small population, are fine with their husbands living in another state and they'll see each other like from time to time. But I feel like it's just my opinion that like when you're married, like you want to live with that person. Like some people have separate rooms, that's fine, but it's like why would you want to be married to someone who lives in a whole nother state that you see a few times a year? It's strange to me. I feel like that should have been a sign to her.
Yeah, like they're not building a family that way by being separate. And that's exactly what she said, right? She was like, I want to be like with their. She wants to be with her significant other. So, no, just following him around.
Yeah, I like the traditions that they have is that like they're very family orientated, and at the end of the day, even if they're fighting with each other, cursing each other, like they always attempt to make it right with each other. And I think that's so hard to do even when you're family. Like a lot of people just like put things under the rug and just pretend it never happens because like, oh, it's like your family, you're stuck with me forever. But yeah, I think the end of the Kardashians is just leaving us at a cliffhanger. I feel like and that's why they're like, we're back on Hulu.
A lot going on, and everyone's in a relationship. Like, we don't know much about Kendall and her boyfriend. Like, where's the juice?
Talk about that because I'm like, okay, I have my conspiracy theories about Kendall. I'm like, okay, she proved me wrong this time, but I'm like, okay, so she's been with Devin Booker or Devin Brooks for a year, and they both shared photos of each other on their Instagram stories, not a post, just stories. So I'm like, okay, so maybe Kendall isn't what I thought she was. So I'm like, okay, that's cute. I'm gonna keep an eye on that relationship.
Really? Are you a little suspicious of that relationship?
I'm I'm less suspicious, but I will keep my suspicions just to keep me on my toes. I don't want to believe everything that they post, but we'll see.
She's a
Maybe
lot more public with this relationship.
she is. She is, and I can't. I've lost track of how many NBA players she's supposedly dated.
Yeah.
Oh God, I
A
feel
lot
like
remembers Harry Styles. Who
yeah,
she
and
did.
And you say that Kendall is more public with this relationship. I feel like now Chloe's a little bit more private with Tristan. And lo and behold, I still think and believe that she's still with him, despite the news coming out that he cheated on her a third time. Like I think she is still with him.
Weren't there clips that she was gonna like move with him to I forgot what team he plays in.
Boston.
Boston, that she might move with him, and I'm like, remember the last time that happened when she moved in with Lamar, and then what was it, Lamar? Yeah, Lamar, right? And then she hated it because she wasn't surrounded by family, so that's why she moved back to LA. But I'm like, you're considering. I mean, it could have just been a tease of her the like last episode of the Kardashians, but I was like, girl, really?
Yeah.
We ain't having it.
Yeah. This. Oh my God, her relationship. I just feel at this point, I'm like, I half feel for her because I'm like, okay, like she seems to be like a really like lover of love. Like I'm ride or die. Like so I get it. Like I get how it feels to be a hopeless romantic. I'm one secretly. And
Tea.
and also at the same time, like Chloe, you're almost 40. Like, why are you with someone who doesn't even want to truly be with you if they're entertaining other women? So it's just like I don't know. I can't.
Speaking of entertainment, do a quick game. So I was thinking, like, or you mentioned it was a Wikipedia game. I didn't even know that was a thing. Where, okay, you'll name a celebrity and I will name a celebrity and we'll try and find our way to connect the two. Let me think of celebrity. Do you have one in mind?
I'm gonna go with your number one, Nick Jonas.
Oh, okay. I was gonna come up I had a random one in my head. I thought Bradley Cooper.
Oh, okay. How are they connected?
Huh.
What signifies the connection? Like if they're the same type of like talent, or if they know someone.
It could be they know someone. What is it usually through people or projects?
Mm,
Okay, Bradley Cooper,
Bradley
Nick.
Cooper. They both sing.
Oh my god, I totally forgot Bradley Cooper.
Yeah.
I mean, they both act because
Girl.
I mean, Nick Jonas isn't that great of an actor, but he's had some acting gigs.
Okay, let's see. Bradley Cooper. God, I feel like Bradley Cooper is more of like a cinematic star. Like he's in the big movies. Nick Jonas is.
He like does like small guest appearances. Oh my
God.
god, I don't know how to connect the two.
Right? I feel like their connection would be Lady Gaga, but I'm like, has Nick
Oh yeah,
Jonas ever done a song with Lady Gaga? I don't think so.
no, the Jonas Brothers haven't done Lady Gaga. Who else could connect them? Bradley Cooper. He was on. He was. I know mostly know him for The Hangover. And in The Hangover, he worked with Ed Helms.
Ed
Who?
Helms, which is Andrew Bernard from The Office.
Yeah. Okay. Let's try to do this. So, he, Ed Helms was on The Office, and in The Office, we have Mindy Kaling, who is Indian, and Indian is Priyanka Chopra.
Oh my God. We were reaching, but we made a connection.
There you go. There's the connection.
Um,
Okay, let's do.
Imagine we go on like Ancestry.com, we find out they're like fourth cousins twice removed by a great aunt or something.
That would be something.
A lot of celebrities are related.
Do one more. My celebrity that I'm gonna choose will be. Let's do Kelly Clarkson.
Oh, I'm torn between two celebrities. Well, one is a girl group and one is an actual celebrity. I feel like, okay, that's too easy because they both have been interviewed by Kelly, so I'm gonna choose someone
Oh,
else.
should I not do an interviewer? I should probably do someone else, right?
Yeah, because Kelly's an interviewer.
Yeah, that's true. Let's do Katy Perry.
Okay, mine is Adele. I feel like they would have pictures together at award shows, but I'm not sure myself.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure they've been like probably the Grammys or something together, and they're both big singers, so this should be pretty easy to leak. But we just need to find that person or movie or show or something.
I wonder if they're under the same recording company.
Wait, does Adele even sing anymore?
You know, she I remember she said in an interview, she's like, I like a trilogy. I think after 3 albums, I am done.
Or maybe collabs? Maybe they've had similar collabs.
Oh, wait. Has Adele collabed with anyone?
Um,
Her record labels have been XL Recordings, Universal Music Group, Columbia Records, and Legacy Recordings. Let's see who Katy Perry is. I feel like they might have similar labels. I was gonna say Orlando Bloom, but then is he British or is he Australian?
oh, I think he is British. Wait,
Because
let me check.
Adele is British.
And,
Oh, Katy Perry has signed to Columbia Records before.
yeah, Orlando Bloom is English.
So that's one connection. They have been to this under the same label. I don't know if it, at the same time, but it's Columbia Records. And also Adele is British and Katy Perry's husband, I think they're married now. I think yeah, because I know they got engaged for sure and they have a baby together, Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom.
Oh, well, I just read right now. They are no rush to wed.
Okay.
But they do have a family together.
I wonder if they ever had, like, if they were on the Billboard's top 10 at the same time.
Ooh,
Right?
okay.
That would be amazing. I know Adele loves Beyonce, and does Katy Perry love Beyonce?
I don't know. I've never heard about her talk about Beyonce.
Said Katy Perry was confused for Adele as she shared a stunning Instagram snap.
What? Man, I'm trying to
Wait,
think of
hold
like
on. Katy Perry, Adele's my next door neighbor.
what? We're making new discoveries here on the podcast live.
She said her neighbor Adele's incredible transformation. She's talking about Adele's weight loss. Oh my gosh.
Okay, well, we just learned that they're neighbors.
Okay, that's definitely a strong connection. The singer shared what's it like having Adele as her neighbor. She's my next door neighbor, so not only is she on the scene, but she's like around the corner. We live very close to each other. We're friendly. We've known each other for a long time. I haven't seen her in person since she's like, transforming herself because I was busy, she was busy. But I remember sometime last year, she just knocks on my door and comes in. I'm in my robe. It's fun. She's great. She's very real.
Aww. Who would
Wow.
have known? Like, we like chose two random people, but like, turns out there's like a friendship between the two.
That is just, I love learning something new. I love that they're neighbors. I wonder what their houses are like. Like, can you just imagine being in a neighborhood where your neighbors are celebrities and you just see them in the most natural human state, like picking up the mail, throwing out the trash?
Watering their well, maybe they have gardeners for that, but
I feel like because of who we are, I would love it. Like I would people watch them so hard, and I would run to my private celebrity blog like Taylor Swift just took out the trash and guess what was in your trash, girl?
see, this is what we need to do. We need to like make lots of money so that we could buy a house in the celebrity neighborhood and just like people watch and see who like comes around and stuff and what their package Amazon is delivering to them.
Exactly. And I would thrive on them even just doing the simplest things like wearing a robe or wearing two different socks. Like I would love it. And
I know.
it would
It's
make
so
me
weird.
so happy to see like Hailey Bieber coming out of her house one day and she only has one sock on. I was like, she's human. We love her.
Girl, we could be paparazzi.
I know. Oh my gosh. We could. I feel like we would be the friendly paparazzi that people would like too. So we would get the good shots, we get the good questions, and we're respectful. We'll give them the distance and stuff. So I feel like, oh my God, in another lifetime.
I believe that concludes
This
today's
episode has been so much fun. Like, we've been talking about so much random stuff. Thank you, you guys. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening. Bye.
Bye.